It's been almost 10 years since Stranger Things first hit our screens. Probably Netflix's highest grossing original show. Going from strengths to weaknesses, has the first 3 volumes delivered on millions of fans' promises. Well, I think one of us probably liked it more than the other, that's for sure.
Trash.
Way to give it away.
You're just ruining it. Look at my lips, you're ruining it.
The season kicked off in the fall of 1987. Hawkins is scarred by the rifts that tore through town, and the military is enforcing a tense quarantine. Our heroes are scattered.
As always.
And they're on the back foot.
As always.
Vecna has vanished, and the government is actively hunting Eleven.
As always.
Forcing her and the gang to covertly run operations to defeat Henry Creel and bring an end to this whole ordeal.
I need you to fight one last time. Let's end this, kid.
I'm gonna start with, some kind of positive.
Kinda.
I felt like I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
They did a good job of kind of trying to include all the characters. Really and truly, 90% of the characters might as well not be there.
He's out of line, but he's right.
But overall, bro, I don't like shit. I find it super boring. I wasn't engaged. If it wasn't for this review, I wouldn't have finished it. I would have said, you know what, I'm done with this. Like maybe the first episode in.
Wow. We did text each other and was just like, we're struggling when it came to the second episode. I did think the first 2 episodes were the slowest of the bunch. You probably had one big event. And it's like, okay, cool. You draw me in at the end of the first episode, and then it slows the pace right down again.
Right down. It's the pacing.
Yeah, the pacing's a bit off.
This is boring. Delete.
I mean, that's what happens when you've got all of these characters and they've broken down to different groups and they have to be doing things at the same time as another one to keep the pacing up. When you have episodes that are an hour and a half long and the vast majority of it is just expedition dumps and characters telling you how you feel and a whole lot of planning. They're always planning. It slows the pace right down. But I do think that from episode 3 and 4, it did pick up a bit.
Yeah.
And it became a little bit more interesting.
The only character who I felt a bit of, relation to happens to be the only character that's black.
Feel that?
Emily George.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Lucas, yeah.
We're talking about Lucas.
Yeah.
He felt like the only character that knew the stakes, knew there was real danger involved.
Okay.
Everyone else felt super overconfident.
To be fair, they have been dealing with these things for the last 4 years.
No, but they don't have anything to battle them.
And they are apparently way better at dealing with
They've been with the military.
That's
what I'm saying, guys with guns.
There's no point.
The only thing that's protecting them is plot armor.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
I don't believe in a higher power or divine intervention. That was a miracle.
It's so funny that the military has been researching these things for well over 4 years at this point, and they still are less prepared than teenagers with less resources, less manpower, less training.
Less. And the military still just shooting bullets.
Yeah.
And just bro, do you not understand?
They have flamethrowers as well. That's the worst part.
And they still thought, let me just go around with the guns.
And the wrist rocket. You're gonna take out the Demogorgon with a slingshot?
I do like the fact that they have added a little bit more with Hopper and Eleven, because if you look at it throughout the entire show, season 1, they have 1 episode together. Season 2, they have a little bit, and then she goes off to do the same thing. Same thing for season 3. And then season 4, they're in 2 separate countries and they have 1 scene. So these are 2 characters that are supposed to have a father and daughter relationship, and you barely see them throughout the entire show. So I do appreciate that they gave them a lot of time together in this season.
Yeah.
But it did feel a bit one note, because there wasn't that much to explore because they've already explored it in the other episodes, right?
I want to see Vecna's heart on a platter.
Let's talk about Dustin.
Dustin.
I liked his arc in this one. It made sense. His hero, Eddie, is dead and he's just salty about it, and then the world is constantly dissing him. But he's making so many bad choices.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
I'm not mad at Dustin. The only thing is that as soon as he came on screen, I thought to myself, this guy looks way too old.
He does.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
It's really funny watching them ride bikes around town when you can tell that they can drive.
Super funny.
They are just way too old. The whole show is supposed to have happened in 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
But it's been 9 to 10 in reality. And you have characters that have just clearly aged out of their roles.
Completely aged out.
You were a little girl 5 minutes ago.
We get a newish character who becomes a bit of a focal point in this one, who is Mike and Nancy's sister, Holly, I think her name is.
And she's much younger, so you know the balance.
But she is like 3-4 years old in episode 1. She's aged like 10 years.
You are going to help me one last time.
Will had a bit of a glow up this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy went from wet fish third wheel for most of the show. But this season, they decided to give him an upgrade, didn't they?
Yeah, but I felt like it was only towards the
It was the very end. I'll be honest, I would not include this guy in any one of my plans. You know, you don't know if he's going to be a spy or not. He's been a spy in the past, but
Exactly.
it's kind of weird.
They kind of like act like they don't know he's still connected to this.
Well, the thing is, we thought he was gone. Like, all the characters thought he was gone. We thought he was gone. Apparently, he was never gone. He was just deactivated for a bit.
Oh no, your battery fell out.
I was just learning to love.
Jonathan and Steve's, they're fighting over Nancy's affections, which I was just like, we don't need that. Come on, man.
Let's drop it in. Why not?
They haven't got anything to do. Everyone needs to have, you know, surface level what they're doing in the show, and then some underlying like feelings, emotions.
It's like forced.
Nobody cares about you. Nothing will come in this.
One character that they added, which I was kind of excited for, but not that excited once I saw the characters. Linda Hamilton's the scientist woman. When you bring an actress like that, you want to give her something to do. You want to give her a grand entrance. You want to make her impactful for the story. Did they do that? No.
That's just stupid.
They relegated her to like just a military stiff that has been doing the same thing that all the other military scientists have been doing. Even when they introduced her, she was just sitting at a desk looking at some shit, not saying anything impactful.
Nothing.
She didn't have any sort of sway on the story whatsoever.
Yeah,
it was just so disappointing to see that, especially from her, because you've got amazing actress who was so big around that time in the 80s. Yeah, I thought it was just a waste.
Disappointed!
We haven't talked about Vecna.
I don't care. Vecna.
Yeah. He's been missing for most of the season.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, when he showed up, he did come out with a bang. That's what we wanted to see.
That's what we want to see.
I would say he performed a little bit more than season 4, where he's just getting his ass kicked all the time by little girls. We're not entirely sure what's going on yet, but the justification for what he was doing was not that strong for me. Like, I feel like he's just leaving open ends for him to get his ass kicked. You know, there's a stage show for this, the Stranger Things First Shadow. Yeah, I went to see it in July, actually.
Okay. There
was a couple Easter eggs in here, and I wonder if they're going to explore that a little bit more in the season. But there was a couple Easter eggs in there. I was just like, okay, nice. I like the way they incorporated that.
I firstly, like, maybe people find this a bit harsh. Stranger Things had a really great following. It felt like a kind of Game of Thrones vibe. It
was a big event.
It was a big event.
Yeah.
Like, it had its own thing. It lost loads of its momentum.
Agreed.
There's such huge time between the seasons.
Exactly.
One, you're gonna lose your audience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and two,
people are gonna forget what happened.
People are gonna forget what happened. People are not gonna be interested. It's about momentum.
I've waited years.
Mate, it wasn't for this.
I've already forgotten about everything that happened.
Forgotten everything happened. And then with a first episode like that, I would have tuned out. It wasn't for this review.
That's fair. Look
what I'm doing for the fans.
Suffering for your
90 subscribers. I'm doing this for you. You know what I'm saying?
We're completely on different sides at this point. Normally, I'm the grumpy one that criticizes everything.
I didn't like it.
That's fair. I got a soft spot for Stranger Things. I did really like season 1, and I did like how this season definitely went closer to its roots in this one. It brought back a lot of things that made season 1 great. The stakes were there. The urgency was kind of there. It probably could have been enhanced a bit more. I do feel like the Duffer Brothers have done a good job at adapting and patching up things that they have seen hasn't worked in previous seasons. I appreciate that. The rise of the budget, I feel like, really lets TV shows in general down with how long the episodes are and, you know, time in between each season. But strangely enough, it still seems to keep its loyal audiences, and I generally think maybe that was enough for like the true loyalist fans. Fans are gonna love it.
No, fans of it are gonna love it regardless.
You're gonna love this season if you're a true fan of Stranger Things. It's simple as that. The first 2 episodes, fine, you can forgive it, but it's a lot of stuff that if you are really into the characters, you probably like anyway.
They will return no matter what because they're addicted to the drugs. Oh, that's how it works. Oh.
People that are kind of about it this season probably won't change your mind until episodes 3 and 4, maybe. So I think this is going to come down to a final verdict.
If you tell me this season by itself, I wouldn't bother. I'll give it a non-watch.
Fair?
I wouldn't.
Really?
Wouldn't bother.
A non-watch?
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I did not like it. I thought it was super predictable. Yeah. I thought a lot of it didn't matter. Yeah. I thought a lot of it was just a waste of my time. I didn't like it. I'm only really watching it because of this. Sure, this is the 5th season.
It needs to come out the gate.
Season is come out the gate stuff. The first 2 episodes is like, I'm gearing up the 2nd season. I'm gearing up. This is the 5th season. I've been waiting 3 years. I want straight in.
Yeah, it's true. Especially how the last one ended.
I want straight in.
Yeah.
It's a half watch.
Half watch. But what do you guys think? Was it too slow? Are we too critical? Or more specifically, was he too critical?
Was it worth the wait?
Was it worth the wait?
Let us know.
Remember to comment, like and subscribe the video. And remember, we crit
and you watch.